Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Krista from Mosaic Party and Event Design, and today I wanted to show you a super easy way to create wood signs for events, parties, or home decor. My girlfriend is getting married this weekend and it's an outdoor backyard wedding. We're running into a little bit of cold weather, so we're going to create a blanket station, and I wanted to create this super little cute wood board to put up with the baskets and crates of blankets that says blankets to have and to hold in case you get cold. What I've done is I've taken just a scrap piece of 1x4 that I had laying around, and I stained it with a gel wood stain. I think it's the Varathane brand, and it's called Provincial, I believe, if you want this color. I love gel wood stains because you literally just wash them on and wipe them off, all the excess, and you get this beautiful wood stain patina. Now, I just went to my computer and printed this out. If you're great at doing fonts and lettering freehand, fly at her. That's not a problem. I just wanted to show people how they could do it to look really professional as you can for home craft. Normally for my events, I do use a professional sign maker to make my signs, but there are times like this where I just need a quick and easy solution. So you will need wood. You'll need a printout for a template. You will need a pencil, some school chalk, and then a paint pen. This is a oil-based paint pen, so it is water resistant. It is good for wood and glass, and it is permanent. You want to make sure that you get the water resistant or oil pens instead of the, I believe they're just water-based pens. This one is a Sharpie brand. It comes in a 2-pack. And it is clearly marked whether or not it is oil or water-based. There are other brands out there as well. This one is Craft Smart. I get these at Michael's. You can also get the Sharpie brand at Home Depot or Rona. I think I've seen them at Rona. It just depends what's available in your area. And that's really all you need to create a super cute crafted sign. So what I'm going to do first and foremost is, because my board is a little bit warped, I'm just going to add some little poster putty that I have sitting aside here to help stabilize my surface. It just gives me a little bit of a cushion. And then you're going to take your font and lettering and we're going to transfer that onto the wood. And how we're going to do that is just an old school trick for artists. And you're going to take your chalk and you're going to cover the back side, of course, of your lettering. Now, I don't know if you can see in this video, but I can see my font through the paper. You could just simply draw over the lettering, but I find it easier to just cover it. You're going to have some excess dust from the chalk, so you do need to get rid of that. I'm just blowing it off the side off camera here. And I don't know if you can see that in this particular light, but the back is covered wherever there is going to be lettering. So you're just going to give your board a little bit of a wipe. I'm just going to grab a cloth and just give that a quick wipe. Okay. And you're going to lay your template down. It just so happens that these pieces of wood were exactly the length of my paper when I had it on landscape mode for my font. I'm just going to add a little bit of tape to help make sure that it doesn't slip around. You want to be careful that you don't tape over anywhere that there's lettering. And all you're going to do is take your pencil, and you're going to do this as comfortably as you can. So I'm just going to tilt this a bit, or angle it. And you're just going to go over your template. Now I realize my hand might be in the way of the camera shot here. You don't have to worry about perfection. As you can see, my A is a little bit skewed, as well as my N. That really doesn't matter. When I get to painting my letters on, I will fix it up as I see needed. This is just to create a general guide. And you will see when we pull it off how the chalk transfers to the board. Giving us a format to work with when we get to the painting part. And again, like you can see, I'm not worried about it being absolute perfect. You can take your time and really hammer it out the way you want to. If you want absolute perfection, but I'm kind of going for a rustic artisan look here. So, all right. So when you peel this off, you should be left with a bit of a guide. That has the chalk mark of the lettering. Now don't worry about all this loose excess dust. We are going to leave that for now. And we're going to wipe everything off after we get our paint on. So you want to take your pen, your paint pen, and you're going to need to shake it up fairly well, especially when they're new. Shake them a good long time. I'm just going to do this a little bit off camera if I can because it's super noisy. And I'm just going to grab a little scrap piece of paper here to make sure that it's good and activated. So these pens are like a felt tip pen, but that pushes in the felt tip. So when you get them brand new, you want to push the tip in and just wait till it starts pooling, because you want all that to soak up the paint inside. And I can see, for whatever reason, I'm not getting quite enough paint. There we go. Okay. So, I'm just going to make myself a little comfortable here because get a stool and sit down. Okay. So, you don't want to smear with your wrist as you go along. A good tip and trick is to use your other hand to use as a guide and a brace for your wrist. Now, I'm not too worried about it personally. I have practiced lots of fonts before, so if I do happen to smear it off, I'm not too worried about it. So I just want to show you, but I want to make sure I'm still in frame. And you're just going to start going over anywhere you have chalk. This is a really good trick for anybody to do well-positioned and well-placed signage. You want to make sure you find your good stop and start points, because modern calligraphy, you probably won't be able to continuously make it flow. Now, something to talk about is there are thicker points of your lettering, and I'm going to go back in once I wipe off the excess dust and kind of thicken up some of my lines if I feel they need it. It's really to personal taste. We'll go in to our cute little caption here. This transfer technique with the chalk is really fantastic if you have any images you want to put on signs, shapes, patterns. You don't have to just use it for words and lettering. If you have a doodle or a drawing you want to transfer to wood, I'm going to put a little exclamation mark there. All right. So we're going to let that set. And like I said before, I wasn't worried about being perfect here. I just want it to be sort of a rustic, almost a homemade looking sign. But you're going to let that set for a moment and then you're going to wipe it off. Now, usually I would let it set a good 10 minutes or more. I'm just going to test to see if any of this is going to lift up on my finger. And we seem to be okay. So I'm going to give it a quick wipe with a damp cloth to get the excess dust and chalk off. And you can see we have a super cute sign. And I'm going to just go back and I'm going to thicken up some of my lines. Just a touch. I want to make sure people see the sign from afar. You don't want to go over it too much because you don't want to risk messing it up, which I have been known to do with my signage. At least I always feel like I'm messing it up. I once had a calligraphy artist tell me that it's the downstrokes of the calligraphy that would always have the thickest positions of the lettering, or not positions, the thickest points of the lettering. All right, I don't think I'm going to fuss too much from there because I want it to be just a nice, simple, quick project for a last-minute solution. If you find your paint is pooling, just use the brush or even get a little paintbrush out and blend it out. Just if you're going to use the tip of this, make sure that you don't press so that more ink comes in. And there you go. A super cute sign that you can put up with your blankets. You can drill holes in and knot some rope in it to hang it if you want to. Super easy. Anybody can do this. Happy crafting, guys. Follow me on Instagram or Facebook. I'll make sure that the links are in the description of the video below. You will see pictures of the finished product with our blanket station. Okay, have a good day. Cheers.